Hi guys, today I'm going to put together this Wingnut. This is the bigger one. As you can see, it's all in front here. Let me see if I can get a shot of that. There it is, all the bits and pieces. So we'll push all these bits to one side. We don't want for now. And as you can see, I've got my best sweatshirt on. Well, it was my best until I covered it in paint. Okay. Glue, accelerator, wiper. Okay. First of all, I think we're going to cut the start off with a couple of sharp knives. First of all, I'm going to cut in the servo. Excuse me. I've cleaned up most of the edges, all the printing swap that comes off the standard down, most of the edges, ready to all put together. I've done a test fit, so everything fits okay. And I'm going to cut out, first of all, for the servos. I found it just as easy to use a knife, scalpel. Okay, now we've cut the two little holes there, there, for servos. We can now glue in these two. In place, give them a try first. Yes, that's it, fine. These are so that we have something to screw the servo to, rather than relying just on the PLA, or the lightweight PLA. I'm going to just run a bit of glue inside there, and then drop this in there. The same at the other side. Excess glue in there. Okay, and now I'm just going to cut out this little piece here this is to feed the servo wires into the hatch. Okay, now we've cut out this little bit there, and that, as I say, is for the servo wires to go through from the on the servo into the hatch. Cut a hole in there too, which I forgot about. Just a hole for the servo wire to come through. All I've done is just cut a hole in the little web inside there, the servo wire to actually feed through. So on the clean out the hole. A little chamfer, so that when I feed in the servo wire wants to go towards the front. If your servo wire is at the front towards the hole, you will see the centre of the servo. The centre of the servo is in the centre of this cutout. A couple of screws just to hold the servo in place. So we don't have to worry too much about centering the servo at this stage, because we can get access to the servo anyway. We run a beaded glue around this lip. Okay, then we'll spray. Just make sure it's all together. We can give it a little rub if we want. Trial fit again, make sure everything fits okay. And of course, this here is a I should have actually cleaned this out to make sure that the arrow shaft goes in, but it actually does go okay. Sometimes you have to clean out the front. Anyway, it certainly goes in okay. Now the front here, we're not going to glue on. This is going to be held on by the hook system. The hooks always go into the odd number, which is the front one, so we can't glue that one back in there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to wait until I've got the hooks in this, and then I can actually try them to make sure they fit okay, because once you've got the two formers in the fuselage parts, it's hard to see if they won't go together. It's hard to see why and which ones are tight and which ones, excuse me, which ones aren't. So I'm going to give it a try before I do that. So we'll come back to that in a minute. That there. Now we can glue the wing parts together. I've done that one there. What we do is cut out this little, this is a vent for the ESC. The ESC will actually fit inside the pod, but I've put a little vent on in here to keep the ESC cool, and it's just really, once again there is a recess there to show where to cut out the bit. Just really a matter of following the recess. There we go. Cut out the. And then I have actually, these are printed flat, and I just put them in boiling water for a couple of seconds, pulled them out, and then just rolled them around the edge of the bench top actually. So they're rolled into pretty good shape. So it's really just a matter of taking off any sharp corners. They haven't printed properly. A little bit of glue. Then I'll put that in place. There we go. And now this edge, where it's printed, clean up the swap. I normally go through and clean up all the parts before I start, after I've forgotten. LWPLA stands very, very nice. If you've worked with LWPLA, you will know it stands beautiful. It's just like sanding foam, really. Actually, it's a bit like sanding balsa. It sounds very nice. I'm using what is it, a 180 grit sandpaper to sand off these edges. Make sure that the slot is clean. This Eson LWPLA is not as clean to print as the Colourfab LWPLA, but it is quite a bit cheaper. Sure it's clean out. And the same with the wing, that's not being sanded either. These edges I'm sanding are just where it's been sat on the bed, and LWPLA, more so than ordinary PLA, tends to spread itself out a bit on the bed. I guess if you slide around, you could adjust the heat so it wouldn't go like an elephant foot quite as much. I don't bother a lot, I just let it do it. It sticks to the bed pretty well. And then just clean up the bottom edge. Like this, as it's printed, it's not a very good job. Check to see, make sure that fits together. Okay, and we can use the bench as to make sure that this face is flush. So I'm going to put some glue on the edge. Wipe off any excess. We have also got a little recess here to cut out, which lines up with the tube in the fuselage to feed the power cord and the ESC cord through into the fuselage. So we can cut out again, follow the recess. There we go. So when we feed the ESC, this is a bigger one, but we can actually then feed the power cables through. Like so, and the power cables also for the battery through there, like so, and then this ESC will actually sit in the bottom of the pod, like so, and then the motor will actually sit in there like that. Ooh. Like so. Okay.